Is it worth $99 a month plus tax? It's a good tool, but considering that more than half the features are available in free LinkedIn, I think maybe this should probably be cheaper too. I don't know. I think
That's
$99 is a little much for what it provides.
like you're speaking from a position of like maybe not knowing what your ICP is and what you're selling. So yeah, if you're literally just trying to figure things out by getting context, yeah, it's not worth it. But if you have product market fit and you know what you're selling, then the name of the game is you got to make more than $100 a month off of LinkedIn. And so then the question becomes, how much do you value your time? So this is because Sales Navigator. If you're on LinkedIn and you have Sales Navigator on, you click on it from here, and then you're brought to a back-end portal of what looks like another LinkedIn, essentially. And it's a platform that's built on top of LinkedIn, leveraging their data source. And what you can do is it has lead filters and account filters. Lead filters are searching for people. Account filters are searching for companies. So not only can you source individual people, but you can source and do research on different companies, depending on kind of if that makes sense, which again, on free LinkedIn, you could kind of do it, but you don't get as many options. So look at all the filters that they give you here. Current company, company headcount, past companies, company type, so company level filters, role, personal, recent updates posted on LinkedIn, following your company, viewed your profile recently. It's a hack on time management to be able to have all of your filters in one place, to be able to just do this a lot quicker. So let's say I want to.
Is it worth $99 a month plus tax? It's a good tool, but considering that more than half the features are available in free LinkedIn, I think maybe this should probably be cheaper too. I don't know. I think $99 is a little much for what it provides.
No, I personally disagree with that. Because the reason is it kind of depends on what your business is, right? Like you're speaking from a position of like maybe not knowing what your ICP is and what you're selling. So yeah, if you're literally just trying to figure things out by getting context, yeah, it's not worth it. But if you have product market fit and you know what you're selling, then the name of the game is you got to make more than $100 a month off of LinkedIn. And so then the question becomes, how much do you value your time? Because in order to drive that amount of behavior and conversations, it's a lot easier. So let's go back to this. Who's this for? Founders. I would say founders who know what they're selling, right? If you're free product market fit, then yeah, you might not want to pay $100, $1,000. I like to think about these in annual terms, right? So are you going to make $1,200 a year through LinkedIn? A lot of founders, the answer to that would be no, realistically, because they haven't figured out product market fit yet. They don't really know what they're selling. So those people should not pay for Sales Navigator. They should pay for free LinkedIn and build and have a lot of conversations and think about lead quality, and then also think about understanding context, because you're right, it's not worth it. But at a certain point, the goal of a business is to have a winning offer and understand who you're trying to target. That would be for SDRs, right? SDRs, if you're selling something that you just need to get in front of more people, or consultants or marketers, job seekers. Job seekers, I would say, no, it's not worth it, because you literally, by definition, probably don't have an income. So if you're talking about people who have a business, meaning they have an income and they know who they're trying to target, then it becomes time management. How many times can you go through with the same keywords? LinkedIn's going to tell you the same people. That's just the way it works. At a certain point, you're going to run out of leads. So the question becomes, how do you, if you want to be consistent, again, I'm against automation. If you want to, let's say you want to reach out to 20 people a week, right? It seems reasonable. Yeah. Let's just say, or let's say 10 people a week, right? So 40 people a month. That seems reasonable, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Being consistent and always finding A or B prospects through this methodology, by month 3, you're going to start running into some issues because you've already found all the good ones. You've engaged in conversations with them. At a certain point, you start getting to a place where it's like, hey, I feel like there's got to be more people on this platform, but I'm having a tough time understanding how to target them. So now all of a sudden, let's go into Sales Navigator and let's do benefit brokers. You see that the results that I'm getting are 450,000. It's too many. Where it's like, okay,
Way too many.
it's way too many. So now all of a sudden, let's do 450,000 that posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. Now it's 36,000. So now
Wow.
we're pretty good. All right, but now let's go down even.
What about geographic location? Where?
We can definitely do that to target down. But I usually want to say, what if we just focus on second degree connections, right? So that means every single person, we have somebody in common. Who knows if we know them? Now we're at 25,000. All right.
Nice.
All right. Let's do, you're right. Now for my client, he knows what he's selling. This is the reality of, like, at a certain point, you know what you're selling. So he's not trying, he's only trying to target companies that have at least like 50 employees in it.
50 or 15?
Well,
50?
I would say, yeah. Well, so he wants to work with benefit brokers who work with companies that are at least 50 employees, because his software is most helpful when you have a larger company, right? Because it's empowering workflows that aren't really relevant for like small businesses. He's going after larger businesses. So
Okay.
a benefit broker could be an individual who works with bigger companies, but the reality of that is a little bit iffy. If you're just starting off in the benefit broker game, you're probably not working with big companies. But it makes it a lot easier to sell his software and work with him if you have more complicated business needs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filtering out let's just focus on 11 to 1,000.
And we have
11,000. Yeah, it's still too much. Okay, so look, you're right. Now all of a sudden, let's go to
the geography.
So geography. So it's basically saying in North America.
Canada and the United States.
No, he only wants to work with people in the USA for now, because it's still kind of a small business. But let's actually get even more granular and say, what if we just focus on California? Just because it's like we're at too many. So now all of a sudden we're still at 9K. Okay, that's still too many. I'm trying to usually get this down to closer to under 1,000. Because then it gives me a nicely targeted lead list to actually start looking at profiles. So I would say we want to probably look for, so here's kind of my methodology on how to get this down more. I look at years of experience, because think about it, for my client, he's trying to, sometimes when it comes to adapting, like, using software, some people are so caught up in their ways that if you reach out to them with like a new way of doing things, but they've been in business for more than 10 years, the chances of them being like, oh, wow, thank God somebody came up with this new way that I can learn to change everything is going to be a little, they're not excited for that. Versus people who are somewhat like, 3 to 5 years, 6 to 10 years, someone who's been doing it one way, but wishes that there was a different way, or 6 to 10 years, they've been in business for a while, but they're looking for more ways to, have a competitive advantage, right? That's better than someone 1 to 2 years or less than 1 year who like don't really know what's going on. Again, no knock. It's just, I'm judging based off of, the reality of kind of how things go. So let's just focus on from 3 to 10 years. Now I'm at 544 results. I think that's
what I think you can get it even lower, because North America includes Canada as well. You might have to take that bad boy off.
Yeah, let's take that out. You're right. Yeah. All right, so 52.
52.
Perfect. All right. So Do you see how quickly we just got down from 450,000 to 52?
Yeah.
And remember, I just said that my goal, if I'm going to do 10 a week, is in 1 month, I want to reach out to 40 people.
40 people.
So do you see how I just did all my prospecting for the month?
Okay, okay, okay.